Okay, so let's get to it. Today, you will hear from Rasmussen Foundation Leadership, Friends of Wayne, and eventually the man of the hour. And at the end, again, have an opportunity for you to ask questions or share a few remarks. But how about we start with a song, this being a celebration and all. And this is a bit of a surprise to Wayne, so we hope, Wayne, you are pleased. I'd like to introduce Dr. Lance Twitchell. He's a colleague and longtime friend of Wayne. He too is a professor at UAS, teaching Indigenous Studies and Alaska Native languages. And he is here to open with a song titled Shkut Hini Kade.
Okay. Goodness cheese. Anyanki. Wayne. Wasach tu yake. Ikatusheki. Iji iti aya. Ashetsini at. Wasach tu yake. Iyejni a. Destini awaya yidat. Ye awa achyetki. The katuhan etusachan. Ya atshe skutini kade. Wayne, we're so proud of you. I'm so happy to know you for a couple decades now. My kids, my family, my wife and I, we all love you. We're super happy that this is happening. This song is called Skutini Kade. It was composed when Kayana was a baby, just tapping on her back and singing little melodies. And then I started thinking about a time in Skut, when Kach Clay and Paul Jackson put us in the icy waters, and we came out and we were trying to think of being stronger and better. And I just want to acknowledge you and the wonderful work that you do, in particular with conversations and healing and wellness and solidarity. Way yo, hey yo, way yo, hi na. Way yo, hey yo, way yo, hi na. Way yo, hi na. Way yo, hey yo. Way yo, hey yo, way yo, hi na. Way yo, hey yo, way yo, hi na. Way yo, hi na. Way yo, hey yo.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Distinguished Artist Celebration. Thank you so much, Lance Twitchell, for starting us off. I'm Diane Kaplan, President and CEO of Rasmussen Foundation. We're so excited to gather today to celebrate one of Alaska's most influential artists. While we wish the celebration could have been in person, in some ways this virtual celebration is fitting. Here we are from locations all around the world. We are all connected by a love of art and specifically by an appreciation for our distinguished artist, Wayne Price. I would like to start by recognizing the staff who managed our process, Program Officers Charity Summer and Enzina Marari, for guiding us through another successful selection of a distinguished artist. And now I'd like to ask our board member, Judy Rasmussen, to say a few words about Rasmussen Foundation and our funding. Judy?
Greetings from North Florida. We truly are connecting from all over. In this neck of the woods, we practiced social distancing for years, but that's usually involved gators and snakes. Now we're having to distance ourselves from other humans. Thankfully, art does not carry the same health restrictions. In these days of shelter in place, creativity is flooding the internet from all corners of the world. My father, Elmer Rasmussen, was a true son of Alaska. His mother, Jenny Olsen Rasmussen, came to Yakutat from Sweden, working, marrying, and raising her family in this Tlingit village. Elmer was delivered by a Tlingit midwife and in later life adopted by the Alaska Native Brotherhood. He counted Walter Soboleff as one of his lifelong friends. Elmer believed in the importance of art, music, and culture. We grew up with those in our household. When he and his mother, Jenny, started the foundation, they thought of art and culture as an important segment of the foundation. In the 40s, he bought a number of large canvases from Sidney Lawrence. These paintings formed the basis of the Alaskana Museum that now resides on the first floor of the Northern Lights Wells Fargo building. Not content with this collecting endeavor, Elmer and his wife, Mary Louise, provided work, time, effort, and money to build up the Anchorage Museum into the world-class institution that it is today. As Rasmussen Foundation expanded its granting capacity, the RF put its efforts into increasing opportunity for Alaskan artists, supporting a market through the Alaska Acquisitions, the Museum Acquisitions Fund, supporting traveling actors, dancers, musicians, storytellers, and not least of all, supporting artists directly through individual awards. The awards have touched all parts of our Alaska community. We've given awards to writers struggling with unruly manuscripts, musicians in search of instruments, poets, dancers, quilters, part-time artists striving for full-time recognition. Each year, these awards are capped by the Distinguished Artist Award. This year's awardee, Wayne Price, is the epitome of why we have this award. His work is magnificent in all the grandeur of that word. He is truly distinguished. I stand in awe of his art. Congratulations, Wayne.
Thank you so much, Judy Rasmussen. Since the Rasmussen Foundation Distinguished Artist Award was created 16 years ago, we've had the opportunity to recognize some of the icons in Alaska's artist and culture fabric. Over that time, we've celebrated people like Ketchikan weaver Dolores Churchill, composer John Luther Adams, carver Ron Sanungatuk, and painter Ree Munoz. The legacy of the artists who have received this award reaches beyond their communities, regions, the state, and the continent. They have mastered the traditions of their craft while at the same time pushing boundaries and adding their own imprint. This afternoon is no different. Well, at least in terms of the impact of the artists that we're celebrating. While it is true that we've never had a Distinguished Artist Award virtually done, but due to the outbreak of a global pandemic, words, by the way, I thought I would never say, Wayne Price is every bit as deserving to be added to this community of distinguished artists. Wayne, today we celebrate you and the joy you bring to all of us through your art. Before moving on, a little detail about the award. The Distinguished Artist Award recognizes one Alaskan each year with a $40,000 grant for a lifetime of contributions to arts and culture. This recipient is identified through a nomination process and ultimately selected by an Alaska-based panel of artists and arts experts. Our next speaker is an internationally renowned artist whose work can be found in museums and cultural institutions worldwide. Preston Singletary began working with glass in 1982. After mastering traditional European techniques, he began to incorporate Tlingit cultural components and ideas into his work. His artwork features themes of transformation, animal spirits, shamanism through elegant blown glass forms, and mystical sand-carved Tlingit designs. He credits his great-grandmother from Sitka with teaching him about his native heritage. Preston Singletary, we're honored to have you be part of this celebration and to speak about your friend, Wayne Price. Preston?
Thank you. Preston Aksayi, Tlingit, Kenach Kochain Duasak, Kagwantana Khutsati, Seattle Kwan Ayachat. I am honored to be here and to celebrate with everybody and with Wayne for this award. I met Wayne in the mid to late 90s, going up to Haines and hanging out at the Alaskan Indian Arts. And at that time, his boys were quite young and very, very sweet. And I recognized Wayne as an amazing father. And he was very welcoming and shared, you know, everything that was about being in Haines, you know, the food that he had gathered, the shrimp he took out of the bay. And I was just really amazed and, you know, honored to have such a great new friend. Over the years, you know, we kept in touch, and he made me a hat that I wear today. And in the summer of 2001, we all ended up at the Pilchuck Glass School together. And this was quite a significant event for us all. For me, it was like a rite of passage. We were making a totem pole for the Pilchuck School, and Wayne and the team up at Alaskan Indian Arts were carving on the pole. They delivered it to the campus. They came down. We were able to share with Wayne and all of the other carvers there about glass making. And it was an amazing dynamic experience. This was days before September 11th, which was kind of like, you know, the installation happened days before September 11th. We were on this amazing high at that time. It was just like as if all the planets were aligned. We came together. And also on the campus was Joe David, a Nuu-chah-nulth man from west coast of Vancouver Island. And I think at that time, it's when I witnessed kind of a spiritual awakening with Wayne and myself. We both experienced it together through participating in the Sweat Lodge ceremony. And it really opened our eyes to some deeper and more important truths that we're all that connect us all. And since that day, I've watched Wayne grow to be an amazing individual. A lot of the you know, his giving and sharing with people, involving them with you know, different projects and teaching them. I think we're quite, we are honored to have Wayne as an instructor at the University of Southeast. I mean, his knowledge is very, very deep. His work is very strong, and I'm honored to know him. And we're honored to have him sharing all of that information. We just need about 10 more of him, but you know, he's doing really good work. And I want to just say that I want to offer my congratulations to you, Wayne, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, Preston. Now let's get on with the show. So I would say that just having been a frequent visitor to Haines over the years and to Alaska Indian Arts, I've had a chance to cross paths with Wayne over the years, but the most memorable opportunity was in Wrangell a number of years ago when the Chief Shakes House house poles were being restored under Wayne's direction. And he needed a crew, and he told me that he had a class, and he had about 20 students in the class, and he chose 4 of them to be his apprentices on this project. Well, when I went over to the carving shed to see what was going on, I noticed something very unusual. All of the apprentices were women, and those were the 4 that he chose from among his 20 students who he thought were the most diligent students and would be his best helpers on this project. And I think that was uniquely an all-women carving crew on a totem project. And that has stuck in my mind. And in fact, in my office in Anchorage, I've got some of the added pieces of wood right in my office that I see every day when I go to work as an inspiration. Wayne is an accomplished artist of the Eagle House Shark Clan. He began in his career in carving at Alaska Indian Arts in 1971. Working under the guidance of artists Leo Jacobs, Ed Casco, John Hagen, Clifford Thomas, and Jenny Lynn Smith, Wayne gained the knowledge of how to make tools and design 2- and 3-dimensional art. Wayne has carved over 30 totem poles since 1972 and has earned the reputation of excellence. His totem poles, masks, designs, and carvings can be found throughout the world and in books, videos, and publications as examples of exemplary craftsmanship. In addition to creative excellence, Wayne is known for giving back to his community and sharing his art form. His nomination stated, Wayne has probably mentored hundreds of young artists over the years and has worked with them to find a sober way of living and to heal from substance abuse and taking destructive paths. Wayne invites any and all to come carve with him on his projects, and some come and go, but many others have become a major part of his art movement and work with him and now for themselves as artists. Please, Sherry, Wayne, and all of our guests enjoy this mini documentary about our honoree, Wayne Price.
My name is Wayne G. Price. My Indian name is Ayantke. I was born in Juneau, Alaska, and been an artist for quite a long time. My dad was an artist and a carver, and he was a big inspiration. I remember looking up at him and saying that's what I wanted to do. The smell of the red cedar and the smell of the yellow cedar, it was a pretty good draw. And, I probably got started when I was 12 years old, working in Haines, Alaska, and I had quite a group of teachers back then. Leo Jacobs, John Hagen, Clifford Thomas, Jenny Lynn Smith, Ed Casco. There's quite a few of us that were working at the place called Alaska Indian Arts, and that's where it all began. It was providing a location for where artists can earn a living and do some carving. And I got my chance, I gave it a go. When I first started out, I had to do 6 months of form line before I got to touch my knives. And that's a long time when you're small and want to carve. But there was a reason, you know, the Northwest Coast art is not easy. None of it's ever easy. I look back on the days of working in Wrangell on the Chief Shake's house posts. During the 80s, Steve Brown and myself were at the helm of duplicating the original house posts. And Kajay Stuak, who did the artwork, he was so good. He was so good that he did not let anything stop him from achieving the absolute maximum quality in work and craftsmanship. And that's what I go by. Being an associate professor at UAS, I have full semester, over 50 students, and somewhere along the way it got really popular. I enjoy seeing new artists start their journey, whatever's going to happen, and we'll see how many of them stick to it, you know. I've done masks, rattles, bowls, spoons, wood boxes. I've done hats. I've done a little bit of each and every and all of the artwork you'd ever be able to find out there. Combs and 38 totems, and 12 dugouts. That's a lot to be proud of. A lot of tools out there now. You know, you can look on eBay, but I get a little more satisfaction out of being able to make my own tools once in a while. When you make a tool, you're able to design it and forge it, make it like you want for the job that you're building the tool to do. I think the creation of a dugout is far and away the biggest challenge and the greatest reward, because each one of them is their own adventure. They're magnificent trees, just like people, there's no two alike. Well, this is the Jibba dugout. It's my own personal dugout. My wife's son was named Jeremy, and Jibba was his nickname. We called him Jibba Juice. And he had cerebral palsy, and he could only say yes or no with his eyes, and that was it. A guy can learn a lot from a fellow like that. Jibba dugout is 28 feet long, carved out of a western red cedar tree. It's got 600 miles or more of journeys on it now. There's absolutely nothing rides like a dugout. The ancestors designed, tried and true, tested over millennia. This is the first dugout that has been interpreted as a healing canoe, and at my own personal recovery, I had a vision in the sweat lodge, and during that vision, the creator that keeps me sober told me I had to make a healing dugout and a healing totem pole. And during that time, not feeling very good about myself, I said, well, I made a lot of dugouts. I made a lot of totems. How do you make a healing one? And the creator told me that every chip that comes off this dugout represents a life we've lost to alcohol and drugs. And of all the chips that come off, it won't be enough. My recovery began 16 years ago. And doing quite well. Do we have a problem? Yep. We're going to do something about it? Yeah, we are. And it's been termed as holistic art now, and taking people out so they can have that experience on the water, and perhaps they get some of their own knots untied, you know. It kind of works that way. Hoo-ha! 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 Whee! This is a paddle I did way long time ago. The canoe wasn't even done yet or nothing. But when I was in the sweat lodge, I had the vision. I asked what my spirit helper was. And I had a lot longer hair then, and it wasn't so white. But the wind blew my hair in the sweat lodge. Just big gust of wind. And so this is a wind spirit. And the wind comes from different directions. So that's what I made on my paddle. So, my spirit helper is the wind. It can be fierce, and sometimes it's just a breeze, you know, so it comes with a lot of energy.
ladies and gentlemen, 2020 Rasmussen Foundation Distinguished Artist, Wayne Price.
That's cheese. What a great honor. How's everyone this morning? I'm very humbled by this award, and I spent some time looking all my accomplishments. It's a pretty big list, and we're not done yet. I think we're going to continue in our culture for all millennia. Our art has never let us down, ever, not once. It's never let me down. All through my ups and downs, trials and tribulations, the ins and outs of life, centered around doing artwork. And it was always there to fall back onto. And I come to believe in it after a while. And then with a complete recovery comes the blessings of that belief, that the rewards are many. And it's always been there for us. It's always going to be there for us. And we can change and affect other people's lives with their introduction to the art. And you're gonna gain something every time being involved with the arts, and that's all art. You can say that, and it's a belief system that's been going on since the first person way back had an idea and made the first petroglyph. And I think when you go back to the time of those days, then you had to have pretty good economy. You had to have a pretty good source of food and shelter, clothes. You had to, things had to be going okay. And then came the art. And the art was the backbone and foundation of a complete and total culture up and down the coast, from Oregon to Yakutat, inland Tlingit, and there's different bands, the Tlingit, the Haida, the Tsimshian, Quiggy, all of us, and in our own way, they hammered out a system that worked for them, but it still involved the same form line, the ovoid, the U form, the split S form. And so even though it was brought out in different ways by different people all up and down the coast, it made sense, and it had value. There's resource in it. And you think of the potlatches, and loading that artwork in a dugout canoe and going to a potlatch, say from Haines down to Ketchikan. And that's a long journey. And my experience in a dugout, you're going to get wet all the time. If you're in a dugout, even on a nice day, you're going to get wet. Somebody splashed the paddle or something. And it's not a matter of if it's going to get rough, it's going to be a matter of when. And still, the artwork, you look at it, immaculate shape, 300 years old. It was been to many potlatches, many journeys, and it's pretty good shape, you know. It was, so how was that taken care of? Whose job was that? Was that the nephews? You know, there's a lot of questions. All the answers always brings more questions, but you can learn the solidarity of the art form, what it's going to do in your life, how it's going to be with you. And if it's not with you, you're going to miss it. And there's just an ever-opening book of knowledge and wisdom that can be gained by being involved with the art. And we're so connected with it. And all of our time, all of our earth time has to be around the art. And when all else is doing what life does, the art is something you can grab a hold of. It's solid. It's always going to be there. And yeah. It's. I'm now working at the UAS as associate professor, Northwest Coast Native Art. I had 53 registered students in my last semester when this big pandemic hit and changed all of our lives. But I have a lot of cell phone numbers, a lot of pictures being sent, we're texting back and forth. Classes are still going on. The atmosphere of the shop is not with us at the moment, but every one of them wants to come back and get to work and start making some artwork. So there has to be for a reason. Everybody feels something that's important to keep going. And there's a reason for that. And I don't have all the answers, but I have a pretty good idea. And we're fortunate to have the support of a foundation like the Rasmussen that supports art and artists, musicians. And, in this modern day, it takes that kind of support. It takes that kind of backup for all the up and comings to poke their head up and start to be noticed with the work that they're doing and be recognized. And that's where the help of my wife, Sherry, she's also my business partner, does the managing of the whole business, which is a blessing. And we're able to go out there and we can reach some of these people and make a change and make a difference in their life. If it requires a little bit of recovery medicine, I can do that too. And what a time we live in. And we can't look so much at the negative all the time. We have to remember the blessings and remember gratitude. You know, what am I grateful for today? Make a small list and be aware of what it is, and make that part of your day. And don't be so dominated by everything, all this stuff going on. We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it together. We're going to get through it with our heads held high. We're going to get through it by remaining involved with the art and the art forms that we're all blessed to be around and live with. And so I'm going to cheese the Rasmussen Foundation for this wonderful award. I'm very, very grateful and very humbled. I have to involve Journey. We'll probably put our Betty Jean boat in the water, and I'll put my dugout in the water, and we'll be able to go do a journey for A to B. I don't care where. My wife and I, she does the captain of the Betty Jean, and I'm the captain of the Jibba dugout, and we're going to go someplace. Glacier Bay, I don't care. We're going to go out and have some fun with their dugout and the boats we have, and we'll be able to do that now, so, which is a real blessing. And you get involved with the art in your life, it fills it. So that's not going to change. It's not going to go away.
Gunashish to you, Wayne, and thank you to Sherry. You
Yes.
truly are the embodiment of artistic excellence and inspiration, both for artists and for non-artists. And we are so pleased to have you join the distinguished artists who have been selected, at least 2 of whom have joined us this morning. I see that Nathan Jackson and Kes Woodward are on, maybe a couple of others too. Last, I'd like to introduce Rasmussen Foundation Vice Chair, Kathy Rasmussen, to offer her congratulations on behalf of our Board of Directors. Kathy?
Hello to everyone that has managed to dial in today. The Rasmussen Foundation is celebrating Wayne Price Day. I've been fortunate enough to go to Saxman to see the restored totem poles and to Wrangell to see the corner posts of Chief Shake's house. I've been to Juneau to visit the Sea Alaska building and to Haynes to tour the amazing carving shed a couple of times. So I have seen Wayne's art, and it is truly amazing. Unfortunately, this worldwide pandemic has squelched many noteworthy events the past few weeks. However, our foundation could not just send you a check and a congratulations card in the mail. We wanted to give you recognition that you deserve as a talented artist, a mentor to so many other carvers, and an inspiration to those in recovery. Today, it seems like everyone is going to the new social media called Zoom. So here we are. Wayne, even though you don't physically see or hear the people that cherish art and artists, there is an audience today tuned into this broadcast to celebrate your talents. Imagine them in the room with you right now. Imagine a huge room filled with people eating good food and drinking beverages. Imagine the hum of excitement among all the guests, the other artist awardees, their family and friends gathered together in this big room. Then feel the nervous anticipation when your name is called and you head towards the stage to receive your award. Imagine hearing loud applause as you ascend the steps. Imagine everyone seeing the amazing video clip of you. All the people you imagine are right here today, magically behind your screen, smiling and clapping and cheering you. I am among those who are cheering and saluting you today. Thank you for sharing your talents with so many of us for so many, many years. Congratulations, Wayne, our distinguished artist of 2020.
I'm going to now turn it over to Angela Cox for some questions and answers.
Oh my goodness, my heart. All right, I am going to now monitor the chat function, and also please use the raise your hand if you'd like to share a few words. While we wait, I just want to read a couple of comments that have been shared so far. Here's one from Megan Gregory. Very well said, Wayne. Thank you for your leadership. We love you and we are so proud of your accomplishments. Gunashish, love Megan.
It's my family.
We have a comment from Rosita Worrell. She says, I am online. Congratulations, Wayne. Oh, I see a hand raised. I'm going to go to Helen Alten.
No, okay. Congratulations, Wayne. We are so proud of you. So proud of you. And words can't express it. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen.
I have a comment from Melody Price. She says, so proud, brother. Another comment, I think from Allison Akuchuk Warden. Your connection to the culture is an amazing example for all of us up and coming artists. Gunashish. All right, now I'm going to move to Nathan and Dorica.
Congratulations, Wayne. I recall
quite some time ago when I came here to Ketchikan, and a fellow said, Nathan Jackson, the last of the Tlingit carvers. And I was really disturbed by that comment. And knowing that you're probably one of the only guys that I can be able to count on who is left-handed, and especially, you know, my value system, if I were to get something that I needed to do, and which I had you come over and help me on a project. And also in Saxman, I had Lee Wallace, who also is left-handed. So for me, being a left-handed person is quite valuable, and you're quite a valuable person. And I congratulate you very much. I appreciate your effort. And also being from a Haynes boy, we're on the roll.
Hi, Nathan. Hi, Dorica.
Cheers.
Thank you.
So we're going to move to Suzanne Vuillet Smith next. I do want to correct the previous comment from Allison was from Allison Marks. And while we are going to Suzanne Vuillet Smith next, just want to read from Kess Woodward, who was our 2012 Distinguished Artist. He says, congratulations, Wayne. What inspiring words, inspiring art, and inspiring life. Suzanne, are you ready?
Wayne, we are so thrilled to see a long overdue recognition. You have influenced so many people. I remember when my daughter took your form line drawing class so many years ago, it opened up a world to her. And your openness to inviting other people in to experience your art and your words and your strength and your recovery. And I just really congratulate you. Our whole family does. And we hold you both dear.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Cheers.
Your daughter was an excellent student.
Yes.
We have another comment from John Hagan. Says, my father, John G. Hagan, and I would like to congratulate you on this amazing milestone in your career. I take pictures now, but never got a chance to thank you for teaching me to make my first knife and paddle.
Right.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John. Thanks, John.
So we have 2 phone call-in listeners. I just want to check in to see if anyone would like to say anything there.
I see we've got congratulations from Haines City Manager Deborah Schnabel and from Rick Caulfield at the University of Alaska Southeast Chancellor online as well.
Okay. Let's go to Heidi Lee, who has raised her hand. Heidi, are you ready? Hello? Okay, while we figure that out, let me read the comment from Rick Caulfield. Wayne, we at the University of Alaska Southeast are honored that you are a distinguished member of our faculty and are grateful for the very positive impact you are having on our students. Chancellor Rick Caulfield. Okay, so let me check back in with Heidi. Heidi, are you there? Heidi Lee? Okay, so I will pause there. I did get a note from Allison Kutchuk Warden. She does want to speak. Allison, are you there?
Yes, yes, hello.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hi, I am, I just feel so honored to be part of this beautiful ceremony for you. I was moved to tears by your words and your presence and your work and your commitment to the culture and the people. I just am so deeply moved and grateful to be here and to help honor you. And thank you so much for your work and your true inspiration for all of us artists. I'm just deeply inspired and honored to participate here with you and to help honor all the work that you have done for our people. Kuya Nakpak, thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Means a lot.
Thank you, Allison. I'd like to move to Loretta Gregory. You have your hand up. Are you there?
So,
Hello, Loretta. Can you hear me?
Loretta.
Hello.
Well, we're glad she called. We're glad Loretta called.
Maybe while we're waiting, we've got a message from Deborah Schnabel saying the Haynes community is blessed by Wayne and his family. Seeing Stephen every day at the grocery store is a constant reminder that good people live here and derive inspiration from the culture and the bounty.
Thank you, Deborah.
thank you very much.
And we couldn't hear Heidi, but she just left a note that says, hello from your old friends in Petersburg. We have learned a lot from you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Heidi.
Susan Anderson from the Siri Foundation just sent a note saying, I am Tlingit Eagle Wolf. I have tears in my eyes from listening and watching. Wayne reminds me very much of my dad, who also carved and did form line in addition to doing silver work. Unashish for all you have shared with the world and will continue to do so.
Cheers.
All right, so let's go to Mike and Virginia. Are you there?
Okay, hit the right unmute button, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, hey Wayne, congratulations. I was so delighted to hear that you got this award. Hopefully you remember me from working on the totem pole in Thunder Mountain High School. I did the bass with you, and I cherish those days, and it was such a delight working with you on that. And so I was just tickled to see that you got this award. So congratulations.
Right.
Thank you, Mike.
That was a good project.
What a fun surprise to hear from you.
Yes.
I'd like to go to Melody, who has raised her hand.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, brother. Congratulations. Well deserved. It's hard to believe all the totem poles, all the canoes, you know, so honored to have been there for a few of them. It really has been an honor. I know that the heavens are smiling with our parents and our grandparents. This is such a great tribute to you, to the Tlingit culture, and absolutely to your sobriety. Thank you, Sherry, for taking care of my brother. Love to both of you.
Love to you too, Melody.
Love you, sis.
We love you.
Thank you. Wow.
Okay, so I'm just going to read a couple more comments. I see Kakum. Did I say that correctly? Is that you, Steve Blanchett? You said, he says, Kuyana, Gunashtish, for the gifts that you have given to our state and the many lives you have touched through your inspiration.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you can continue to leave any notes that you want. Let me do one more from Andrea Noble. She says, Please add congratulations from the Alaska State Council on the Arts. We are eternally grateful for you and your leadership, the excellence of your work, and the deep impact you have as a teacher and mentor. At this time, we needed to hear your words.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diane.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to pass it back to Diane Kaplan.
Thank you so much to everyone who participated. Congratulations. Sherry, thank you for sharing your wonderful husband with the world. Wayne, we're so proud to have you among the distinguished artists. Congratulations from us all. And hopefully we'll be able to celebrate in person in the not too distant future. Thank you everyone so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.